Hello and welcome. This is Ayana Leahy, and I'm so very happy that you're here with me in this week's episode of Be1, Be You. We are diving into the theme, using shutdown to replace feeling pain. We're all really good at that. Some of us are even better than others. When the pain, meaning emotional pain, or psychological pain, which follows emotional pain, in the order of how it's all created, when we feel too much pain, we have a mechanism inside of ourselves that says, shut down. You'll be safe, you'll feel protected, you won't be vulnerable, you won't be hurt. You can feel some control because your control over stopping pain can't happen when something's happening that's creating pain. The way that someone speaks to you, avoids you, perhaps the way that you were worked with as a child to have to fit into a system, a model of behavior that had nothing to do with who you are. Were you listened to? Were you received? Were you really seen for who you really are? And as most of you know from listening to my other podcasts, I emphasize a lot about creating a new system of love to live in that is a breakthrough from an old system of self-abandonment, self-betrayal, self-rejection, and denial of the spiritual love, the pure power that lives inside of us. And over thousands of years, we have managed as a collective culture to master the art of denial, of shutting down, turning away from what's really going on inside of ourselves, because our minds are now trained to what we want to have, need to have, and are seeking it on the outside. More and more of all of us, all of you, are recognizing the value of creating a sacred connection and sacred relationship with the you that's inside of you, whether it's a hurting you, a happy you, a suffering you, a you that wants to give more, that wants to accomplish more, and wants to go beyond getting your own needs met. When we shut down, it is definitely a way to protect your most deepest feeling self, which is your heart center in your upper chest, and to choose to live in the love that is underlying all of your emotional pain takes courage. It is the courage of a lion's roar. You're stating to yourself that you are going to walk through your own inner fire. Your fire is there not to keep you from the fear, but the fire inside of you is to burn through the fear. The emotion of the fear, that the darkness that you have gone through is more powerful than the light that is within sight of you. The spark of light that you are gets snuffed out. It gets snuffed out in so many ways. Some of those ways are another person being jealous of you, snuffing out your light because they are threatened by you, by your clarity, by your voice. What do you do? How do you live, living through you when the rest of the world snuffs out its own light? What do? You build your light. and you allow your light to come forth and to come up, because that light is the very fire that burns up the most fearful part of you, the part that I call your ego. It is the part of you that has worked really hard to repress you, to shut you down, so that you would not feel the pain of being abused, thrown aside, unseen, criticized, judged. No matter how much you can change your behavior to fit in to make another person or collective mind system, a collective behavioral system, whether it's political or religious or cultural or familial, no matter how hard you try to fit in, you really can't, because when you stop shutting yourself down, you allow the pain that you feel by the action of shutting down who you really are to emerge. How do you respond to the pain that is inside of you? If as a child you went through a lot of pain, perhaps a parent was over-controlling, needed you to put them on a pedestal, or a parent who wasn't mentally or physically well, a parent who overworked and didn't have enough time to really show up for your emotional development, your abilities to discern and get to know who you are. The you that didn't want to always have to prove yourself, the you that didn't always have to be showing up in ways that weren't true to you. Yes, there's a balance. We're meant to give and go beyond just thinking about ourselves, because there's a difference between filling our lower needs to avoid feeling our deepest self, including our joy, pain, which happens through not having the channels in ourself to live through, to exist through. When we honor the pain instead of avoiding and then shutting down our pain, what we find is a rawness that has a consciousness to it. It wants to fill in the blank. Your inner pain that has not been touched has a purpose. That pain is okay. When you shut down to the emotional pain that might have been given to you to carry, that was a parent's pain or another family member's pain or family collective pain, a collective pain, a religious pain, a persecution pain, the pain of being privileged, but deep inside you want to find ways to give more and show up more, but you don't know how to break through because you're so used to filling yourself with giving yourself what you need and what you want in the moment. That there's always that balance point, that point inside yourself where I feel the pain, I honor my pain, I'm giving to myself because I need to give myself the acknowledgement, the recognition, the love, the support, and the attention that this part in myself that was in pain, it needs to heal. So it can come forth, it rises up, it moves up. Because when we shut down, that part of ourself that was humiliated, judged, criticized, either you do it to yourself, judging that you don't think you're enough, that who you are is not worthy of love, that you don't matter. Whatever we believe in ourselves, once we open that door to ourself, we are releasing ourselves from being in an inner hell. And we realize that only we can create our own inner hell. And we make that choice to release ourselves, to come up from the dungeon that we've created to protect that part in ourself that holds the most spiritual clarity, wisdom, strength. When we shut ourselves down, we feel weak. And we try to avoid feeling that inferiority, that weakness, that passiveness. It's so easy to become passive when we don't have the strength inside coming from our source connection to really stand in ourselves and to be willing to fight the very negative thinking in our mind that wants us to stay shut down, because it keeps that part in our mind alive. Did you ever think about that? When you stay shut down, you're keeping a part of yourself in control. You're giving a false part of yourself power to run your life. Who you really are lives inside the shutdown. And to give yourself permission to come alive, to let yourself up and out, that takes courage, the determination to go beyond who you think you are, because we never really know who we are until we really touch in to the source of light, God, whatever you want to call that source of infinite intelligence, infinite light, infinite creation within inside of you, and each and every one of us, no matter what the burdens and sufferings have been and look like right now, or how great your life looks like right now. There's a you inside that's bursting with desire to come through. So what we have to do is shift the point of desire, the desire to open the trapdoor to release the self that has been shut down. In order to not feel the pain of feeling like you can't exist, that you should not exist, and sometimes you decide, I will not exist, I will not show up, I will not come forth, no matter what. Because in your memory body, your cellular DNA remembers many lifetimes where showing up here as the light that you are is too painful. Shit happens. And your inner protective self has made the decision that there is no way that I'm going to take a risk to come forth. So instead, what happens? We choose to stay shut down. We shut down in order to replace feeling the pain. Now, the pain won't kill you. I've said that to many, many amazing people that I've had the opportunity to work with over these last 4.5 decades. The pain is not going to kill you. It's separating from the pain. That hurts so much. That can kill you. Separating from the pain is what creates the diabetes, the heart disease. It creates relationship issues. It creates using food as a cover-up where you eat the wrong food, too much of it, and you use alcohol to avoid. You snuff out the flame inside of yourself to be the life force energy that's strong enough and clear enough to stand by your pain and say, come on, I'm going to hold you. I am the life force. I am the flame of truth, of love, and I'm going to hold you in your pain, and you're going to emerge because I am here. Even though no one else may have been here for you, the pain, I am here. And I invite you to trust me. I want you to trust me because I'm here. I'm showing up. I'm not leaving. I'm not separating from you anymore. I am the light of you. And I do not agree, support, or no longer am in collusion with you to keep you hidden, repressed, and down and under. You might feel the pain of humanity. There's a lot of it around the planet. You might feel it in your heart, and it throbs. And sometimes your heart is going a little wackadoo with its fast heartbeat. Sometimes your heart might feel like it's going to burst. There's so much happening on planet Earth right now to help you open up your heart so that you let yourself out, that you let go of buying into the ways that you've allowed yourself to be repressed. The belief systems that are underlying the real truths of touching and being one with God, the underlying systems of repression, and the systems that are thought patterns to keep you in guilt about being the light that you are very deeply ingrained in the human collective matrix grid. Think of it as an energy system, like the nervous system of the planet. And right now it continually gets to be agitated, aggravated, and shut down. The healthier that you eat, the clearer your brain is. The closer that you eat to the earth, the more that you appreciate and bless the food that you eat. And you eat because it gives you energy. It gives you clarity. You're able to receive your own divine light. The clearer you can be, the better decisions you can make, the more you can show up. Being the you, the real you that's underlying the pain inside of you. You're not the pain. It's so easy to identify with the pain. I grew up in a household, a family system, an ancestral system that was addicted to pain. It was deep and for good reason. They came from high levels of persecution. That kind of pain goes all the way into the cell, all the way into the cellular level. Those of you who come from ancestry, culture, religious persecution, you understand. The task to awaken to the pain and to find the you that knows that it can't come out. You want to say hi to it and invite it to come out, but it'll only come out when you open your heart and your arms to it and you don't leave. You got to stay really committed to you. Your life challenges, life experiences increase when you are separate from you. The more you separate, the greater the challenge. As you surrender into facing towards the light that you are, and you face the love that you are inside of you, the sweeter and the more grace-filled are the challenges that are given to you in your life. And so you're given the opportunity to be with the full range of dynamic feeling that's available within you as a human being. So profound, so incredible to be human and to be alive, and to really feel life and to move through the pain that we think is who we are until we find that essence that's in your heart, in your lower belly, in your whole body. That is the awakening of you. And to this may you be true. I'd like to invite you to check out my website. There's always another course. There's many, many deepenings courses right now. They're called deepenings mini courses. They're on different topics that are to support you in your human journey of becoming awakened and integrated and aligned into who you truly are, and really make that difference in your life and in the world that you want to make. Feel free. I invite you to check out my website at ayanalahi.com, IANALAHI.com, holding you in deep love. Until next time, I look forward to us spending this time together again soon. All my love. This is Ayana Lahi,